Hello, everyone. Welcome to Crossroads PlayStation Podcast. I am your host, LeRon and Austin, and it's a good night for us. It's a good night. It's a good night. We're here to talk about some PlayStation. We're here to talk about some games. We're here to talk about the state of the world. We got all sorts of things to talk about tonight. So, before we get started, here go the intros. Our resident PlayStation doctor, and should I still keep calling you Big Daddy of the Rapture, or are we done with that?
I mean, we'll see. We'll see how this movie goes. All right.
Okay. All right. So here with me tonight is our resident PlayStation doctor and the true Big Daddy of the Rapture, Austin Campbell. What's up?
I do not want to be responsible if the movie is bad. I will take ownership of. Listen, there's only a few people that can call me Big Daddy, if you know what I mean. And Ken Levine's one of them, so you know.
I thought you called Ken Levine Big Daddy. Hold on, where did I get it twisted somewhere?
It depends on what night it is.
Depends on the night. Sometimes I get to be the Big Daddy. Sometimes he is.
Either way, someone's getting drilled.
Somewhere.
That's the truth.
Somehow.
That's the truth. And also with us tonight is that man who basically just goes and plunders all sorts of what are they called in that game? That game there you've been playing this last week?
Going to plunder what? What are you even saying?
Destiny. What is it? What is the thing?
It's called loot.
Plundering the Queen.
You plundering the Queen? You looting the Queen? What are you doing? Hold on. So what are the maps called? Basically, when you go
which Queen?
Maps?
The worlds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, see,
Earth,
I don't know crap
Mars,
about Destiny, which means I should. You know what?
The moon.
All right, now that I've absolutely disgusted him, the boss man,
planets.
The boss man from Boss Rush Network is here tonight. Welcome back, Corey Dirrig.
I'm here. Woo! Thanks for having me.
Woo! Yes. How's it going, guys?
Wonderful. I feel great. I feel happy. I feel wonderful.
As is always customary for these Tuesday night shows, how's everybody's week going so far?
It's going great, LeRon. Thanks for asking.
Yeah,
I'm doing great.
Anything new and exciting? I thought I was going to get a little bit more from that. I know what Corey's problem is. Corey's problem is it's not Wednesday night. That's what Corey's problem is.
I like every night of the week.
but you especially like Wednesday nights.
I like all nights of the week equally. It's like when they say you're not allowed to have a favorite child. Okay.
Oh, Chris is like all nights matter. All nights matter.
Apparently,
no, they
tonight
don't.
matters to him.
I'm sorry.
Got stuff to do.
I'm sorry. I'm being a dumbass tonight.
Friday night and Saturday night are the best nights. I don't even care. I have full resentment towards the other nights. I don't care about them.
What those other nights ever do to you?
The fact that I have to go to bed and wake up early, those are the days I just can't do. I just don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like being told what to do. I don't like to be on a schedule. I like to just live my life to the extreme and go to bed as I well please. And the weekday nights don't make that possible.
So you were that badass kid that threw all sorts of temper tantrums when it was time for bed or naps.
Oh no, I just went to bed. My parents were like, "You really want to go to bed at 6 p.m.?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Cool, see ya."
Little young Austin was like that meme. That little kid's like, I take a nap right here.
I'll take a nap right here. I no lie, I've always been an old man. I would wake up at 6 a.m. on the weekends. As a kid, I loved it. I loved waking up early and then going to bed early. I played video games at 6 a.m. It was great. No one was up and it was fantastic. Those are the best times to play. At 3 p.m, everyone's up and everyone's trying to annoy you and stop you from playing games. And so I was all about that morning life.
Hold on. People left you unsupervised from 6 a.m. to 3 p.m.
No. Well, listen. My
you're a grown adult. You're a grown adult now. CPS can't come after your parents.
Well, I lived a homeschool life, so my life was a little different, as different than most people. My mom wouldn't wake up till like 9-10 o'clock because she would stay up like real late. I would wake up. I'd play games. I would do schoolwork. I'd get it all done early. So by the time like lunchtime came around, I was done. I could do whatever I wanted. I read. I played games. It's great. It's a great life. The homeschool life has its perks. It has its downfalls, but
Sounds so
a lot of
wholesome.
good perks.
Sounds so wholesome there, buddy.
I manage my time real well.
It explains why you're the adult you are now. Don't take that the wrong way. Don't take that the wrong way. That was actually a compliment because like you as an adult, like the stuff you told me, man, like you're living that life.
Oh yeah, I mean, I try to stay on top of things, and that's how it worked. So,
besides, like you had to be doing something right. Like your wife saw you and she was immediately like, "This is the man."
She did. I still don't know why. I still haven't figured that out. But I'll let you all know when it does, and I'll start handing out the secrets to everyone, so everyone can have it as easy as I did. Because mine was really, really easy. I was like, wow.
And, all right, and Corey, keep going. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was just like, I don't hold anything back at this point. It's all there.
Farts we know
and
you
everything.
Don't.
She's
we
getting
know you
them all,
don't. Yeah.
I thought of you this yesterday, Austin. So
in what ways?
You and I are both big fans of sacred symbols, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Did you listen to the gaming while Christian episode?
Not yet. I'm actually a little behind. I just listened to the Troy Leavitt interview, which is great.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, I have that one in the regular episode left to listen to still.
So. It was a very good and informative episode. I thought it was very cool. I thought of you. I was like, oh, I bet Austin and I could talk about this at some point.
Yeah, I actually am really excited to listen to that one because there are things that and I almost was on Colin's show Last Stand years ago. That almost happened, but it was right when he canceled. I was actually going to talk about homeschooling with him and stuff like that. So, but stuff happened and didn't get to do it. But that's something that I'm interested in because there's not a whole lot of, I don't want to say representation because I don't feel like that's the right word for that kind of stuff. But it is weird in games that you don't see a whole lot of it. And me and Ed have kind of talked about it in some expansion passes coming out soon. So,
yeah,
get ready for that.
So, Corey, how have you been this week?
Good. Lots of things going on. Lots of fun things going on. It's just it's been a good week, you know. So I don't know. I mean, I taught my nephew how to play Destiny. That was pretty cool. He loves it. Spoilers. But yeah, it was cool. Like he picked a. We're gonna have to have a little talk about him picking a warlock. But other than that, you know, it was cool. I like watching. I like seeing it. It's weird. It's a weird feeling because like I miss being that excited about playing games that you've been looking forward to for so long. Because he's 9, and so he's at that weird age where he's kind of like too old for little kid games, but he's too young for like quote unquote big kid games, right? Mm-hmm. And like last year, he started playing Fortnite for the first time, which was cool. But like Destiny is like he sees Destiny as like a big kid game, you know? Mm-hmm. And so when we were just playing that first kind of level, the opening level, he was like freaking out the whole time. He ran upstairs and told us like after I was leaving and like, cause he has to have an adult around if he's playing it just cause like you're shooting things. Right. So when I left, he ran upstairs. He's like, I am a robot wizard. He's like, I can punch people, and I was shooting aliens, and there was a big alien with 4 arms, and I got a spaceship. It was awesome. It was like really cool to see. I was like, but this isn't even the good part of the game. But it was really cool to see him get excited. So
I guess I'll let that slide for being a warlock then.
that's fine. It's okay to be wrong, Austin.
Yeah, I guess.
Well,
But
cool.
other than that, I had a good weekend. It was fine.
Yeah. I had a low key weekend. And the week's been okay. Yesterday was kind of like one of those weird ass Mondays. Like my job is one of those ones where Mondays can either be really chill or really fucking crazy. And it was teetering on the edge of fucking crazy yesterday. Like the highlight of my day was I don't know if it was a highlight now in hindsight, but the highlight of my day was actually getting my boyfriend to watch one of the MCU movies with me. But of course, like something like soured the milk, put it that way.
Ooh.
It's something about like watching one of your favorite movies with somebody, and then you don't get the reaction you want from them.
Which
that's
one
like my
did he
wife
ruin?
with almost
Which one did he ruin
most
for
movies.
you?
That's fine.
Captain America: The First Avenger.
Oh well, that movie's already ruined. That movie was ruined by the first second of the.
You shut your mouth.
I'm sorry. Are we talking about First Avenger or Winter Soldier? Because there's a difference. Winter Soldier's a great movie.
Oh,
First
Winter
Avenger's-
Soldier. Winter Soldier is like, Winter Soldier is
Yeah.
like the best movie.
I'd be willing to argue for it.
Like, there's no comparison. Like, man, when the Russo brothers started directing like MCU movies, that's when shit got good.
Yeah.
No offense to Joss Whedon. Joss Whedon is a good director, but I mean, he's got some scummy practices. But no offense to him. As far as his directing skills go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's okay to be wrong. Captain America is the best of the first MCU movies. So
yeah, Phase 1 for real.
Yeah,
better than Iron Man. Better than Iron Man.
Okay. Iron Man's in a different category because like it starts everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Huh.
Iron Man kind of hangs out on its own.
Well, maybe it might be the best, but that's not saying a lot in that first phase.
All right, guys.
That first phase.
Well, if you guys are ready, we can get into this after I do some housekeeping.
I'm ready. I'm always ready.
Yeah.
That's good to know. That is good to know. All right. This is Crossroads, PlayStation podcast of Boss Rush Games. Every week we come together bringing you the latest news, rumors, games, and general discussion in the world of PlayStation. Crossroads airs live on twitch.tv/Exodus803 Tuesday evenings at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you can't check out the show live, head over to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and other podcast locations to get with the show. The recap of this show airs every following Wednesday night at 7 p.m. on my YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Exodus803, as well as early Tuesday mornings on youtube.com/Boss Rush Network. If you want to see previous episodes of the show, all episodes can be found on our parent website, which is bossrush.net. If you like the show, please consider subscribing to the podcast and giving us a follow on Twitch. Also, remember to share, rate, and review us wherever you check out the show. We would love you if you do it. We pay attention to all the feedback we get, good and bad. So there you go. Let us know what you like about the show. Let us know what you don't like about the show. Give us some ideas. Do things like that. We'll listen.
We do listen.
All right. So before we actually get the show rolling, Corey has an announcement.
Yeah. So, just to let everybody know, I know Arsenal X, if you listen to our Xbox show, has been missing for a couple weeks. We have decided to put that show on hiatus for a little bit, just because a lot of us want to focus on other things and focusing on the content that we enjoy doing, like After Dark and Standard Def and this show and Pow Block, right? Like, there are a lot of things about Arsenal X that I love, but ultimately, kind of what I told these guys in our Discord or on another show or whatever, right, is like, I we brought Arsenal X back a little bit after we. Long story short, Boss Rush Podcast was a merger of Pow Block and Arsenal X, and because we didn't have time to do both shows, but then like when schedules changed and everything, Ed and I wanted to bring Nintendo Pow Block back, and then Jesse wanted to bring back Arsenal X, and obviously the three shows kind of coincided until now, and we've had some inconsistencies and panel changes and show shiftings and host changes to that show, and it just kind of felt like, not that we were half-assing it, but it kind of felt like a half-assed project, you know what I mean? And I would be lying if I said that I had the same love for Xbox that I do for Nintendo or Arsenal X that I do for Pow Block. And
Gasp.
so surprise. But yeah, and I told Ed and what we kind of talked about on Expansion Pass and Pow Block last week is which if you're listening to this on podcast feeds, Pow Block's live already, right? Yeah, that's how it works.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I said that my biggest regret was like giving up hosting Nintendo Pow Block. And so I am back as the co-host on Pow Block with Ed and Jacob and Dan, and we kind of have an idea of what we want to do with Nintendo content. LeRon, I know you and I kind of talked about this show in particular also.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to focus on our pillar shows, and then the supplemental shows that we want to do for those as well. So
Yes.
going forward,
That being said, though, like there is still a place for Xbox content on BossRush on BossRush.net, as well as it will still get some representation, on the podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
We will speak about that more on a later show.
Yeah, and so I mean that's why Stoy is coming over to this show, right?
Yep.
I'm moving to Pow Block, and we kind of have a 4-pillar show system now. So like our 4 anchor shows, as LeRon kindly puts it, which I like that term, so I'm stealing it.
It's basically what holds down the entire network.
Yeah. It's so Boss Rush Podcast, Crossroads, the PlayStation Podcast, Nintendo Pow Block, and Standard Definition are our anchor shows now. And then each show kind of has their supplemental content that we're aiming to do. Right. So After Dark, Expansion Pass, whatever you guys decide to do with this show. And then Standard Def will kind of stand on its own for a while.
Austin and I plan on burning that whole shit down. Right, yeah. Austin?
All of it. All of it down.
I believe it.
That's See fine. That little crumb up there? We're taking that too.
So just a little housekeeping there. That's just kind of where we're at. I am sad that Arsenal X has to go on hiatus for a little bit to make this happen, but also like we will potentially bring it back soon. If we have a Xbox team that wants to take it over, or if people want to come hang out on Boss Rush and have a place to talk about Xbox, that would be the place to do it. I feel bad, but Jesse is taking kind of a hiatus, and Stoy and I were kind of trying to figure out what to do, and we just felt like as a content team, right, that this was kind of the best option.
Yeah.
And it opened up a lot of nights to do other things, and it allowed us to kind of refocus and move forward, because we've always talked about doing other content other than the podcasts, and we have yet to do it, and it frustrates me that we haven't been able to do it, but now I feel like we kind of can in a way. So
yep, nicely done. Well said.
I did my best. Mom, I did it.
All right, so now all the pleasantries, the formalities gotten out the way. Let's go ahead and talk about what we've been playing this past week. Austin, you want to start?
Sure. I have been playing 2 games. Now, I told LeRon Friday or Saturday. I don't remember which day I told him.
I think it was
I was
Saturday.
like,
I think.
Saturday. That was
Yep.
good that I didn't buy another game that I wanted because I still have Horizon to beat. I said that, and the next day I went and bought the other game I wanted. So I've been playing Horizon.
Mhm.
I'm really enjoying it. I didn't get to talk about it last week because I had the flu and it was terrible. It was awful. It's more Horizon though, and so I'm getting. I have like I like it. I'm enjoying it. It is still fun to take down these mechanical robot dinosaurs, but it's also like it feels like it could have been a DLC at this point, and it's
What?
not in
What?
size, but just like, and of course it looks beautiful, but there's like a part of me that's like felt like there was never like this. Here's the sequel moment. This is the big one because it takes place like pretty much well after the first one. And I just played the first one through again a year ago, so that might be why it's kind of like I wanted that new oomph feel to it, and I'm not getting it.
I almost feel like that Horizon 1 was so good. And I think Sony's going to start running into this problem, to be honest, is like the first entries to their games are so good.
Yeah.
Right. Or like the
we're
most
looking at
recent
you,
entries
Last
are
of Us.
like the most recent entries are so good and polished, and the production values are so high that there's very little wiggle room to improve, right? And that's my
Yeah.
fear with God of War, is like God of War was so good. I mean, they could definitely improve the
Right.
map system and the fast travel system, and like I'm on the record saying that I don't think God of War is as good as everybody says it is, but I still think it's a very good game. I think they have a little bit more wiggle room than Horizon did. Like Horizon is like all they had to do was like 60 frames a second and make Aloy a little bit more agile, and I was like that was like the only thing I would have changed.
Yeah. And by the way,
Yeah.
on that part, knocked it out of the park. Like it's great, but like you said, there's not a whole lot you can do, and I've taken down some new kind of monsters I haven't seen before. Those are cool. I played it, but I kept watching Elden Ring videos, and I was like, man, I want in. Like I want to play it, and while honestly, like when I went from Horizon Forbidden West to Elden Ring, I was like, oof, Elden Ring does not look that good. but
No.
but it is a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. I'm getting my butt kicked, but I'm loving it. Like I'm actually really enjoying it. I honestly, every time that I like die or get like really frustrated with one area, I just like go back to the beginning of the map and go to a different direction and just see what I can do from there. Like there's so much you can do as far as exploring wise. I don't know if I like it more than Bloodborne because it's just I don't know. Bloodborne was so up my alley in art style. It was extremely gothic horror type stuff, and I was like all down for it. But I am liking this game a lot. But I was already making like crucial mistakes where I was pushing buttons that I should be for Horizon, and Horizon pushing buttons that I would push in Elden Ring. I was like, I can't do this. I can't do both.
I have that problem. I cannot play 2 games of the same type at the same time.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. And that's why I rarely do it, but this is like the one time where I was like, I want to get in on Elden Ring. I really do. Because I'm going to get, we'll talk about it later, but I'm going to get the game that's coming out this week for PlayStation. And that's a good way, that's a good alternative game to play alongside something. Because it's something you could just like, all right, let me do something completely different, change it up my pace a little bit. But Yeah, I'm enjoying both games a lot, but Corey, like Corey said, like it's just I wanted that oomph, like I wanted that big thing that I got with Red Dead 2. When I played Red Dead 2, I was like, holy crap. But then again, it was 10 years after the first one, so
Yeah.
it made sense. But Horizon's still a very good game. It's a very good game, but I feel like it's gonna have the problem of the first one was fresh because it was a brand new idea, and the second one is just more
Mhm.
of it, and that's why I always want Sony to do new IPs. I get why they do sequels. I'm glad that I have a sequel, but when you get those brand new ideas or go back to something that you haven't done in a while to make it feel fresh, I would much prefer that. Like Resistance. Gorilla. Stop
Well,
working
I
on.
mean,
Stop trying to make a Killzone game. Make Resistance.
Man,
all right.
Resistance, man. What a
All right.
that should come back soon.
Yeah. All right, Corey, you're up.
All right. So I've been playing Destiny 2, a lot of it. And it's so I haven't really gotten to talk. I talked a little bit about it last week on Boss Rush, but it's I've run through the campaign twice. I've run through it with a friend and I ran through it by myself. And it is by far Bungie's best campaign they've ever done, hands down, full stop. Even Halo. It is interesting. It is mysterious. The villain is imposing. There's a Knights of the Old Republic type twist in the campaign. There's cool weapons, there's cool armor, there's new powers. They totally reworked the way that the subclass, well, at least one of the subclasses works, and they're moving full RPG with this. They added new weapon types. So like there's this weapon called the glaive that I am obsessed with because it's literally built for me. I like to run in and hit guys and kill. It's super OP, by the way. And it's a staff with a knife on the end of it. You can shoot void balls out of it. You can block with it, and it's a melee weapon, so it serves three purposes. And so like it's really built for the way that I play, because I can shoot a suppressing void grenade at people and they just kind of like dizzy, and then I can go in and hit them right with the glaive, and then I can take out some snipers on the tower. Like it's just a weapon that's totally made for me. So
Okay, so when you and I do our Monster Hunter thing, like you should pick up the insect glaive.
all right, I will do that.
And basically, one of the cool things with the insect glaive is you get to play the game. The ground is lava. So
Great.
you don't ever have to touch the ground if you don't want to. Well, you have to touch the ground every so often, but you don't have to touch the ground if you really don't want to.
Yeah, so I'm actually really looking forward to playing Monster Hunter. But I'm also kind of, after the main campaign, there's extra like story missions that continue the story afterwards, and I've been doing some of those. I've been doing the exotic quest. It's a grenade launcher with this is going to sound really weird, but people who play Destiny will understand. It's a grenade launcher with Savathun's worm in it. So it's pretty powerful. It's awesome. And instead of bullets, it has a heartbeat. So it's pretty cool.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
Okay, I didn't understand a single thing of that.
That's fine. You know what? It's fine. I don't expect anybody to know what I'm saying. But long story short, Destiny 2, very fun. Enjoying every minute of it. And yeah, I've also been playing Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition on the Switch. So. Also very good in a different way.
That's because you're getting amped for Xenoblade Chronicles 3, right?
Yes, I am. Very excited for Xenoblade 3. It's going to be great, everybody.
I think that's going to be my summer game, is to get through Xenoblade. but we'll see. We'll see.
It's very
Hopefully
good.
nothing big comes out this summer.
Oh, sorry.
All right, is that
I
it?
laughed a little bit. Yeah, that's all I've been playing.
Okay. All right. Cool. Well, as far as I go, like I can now say that I've officially completed Uncharted 4 on the Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection, and I am ready to start Lost Legacy because I never played or beat the Lost Legacy, even though I have it for PS4.
Lost Legacy is the best. It's one of the best
I keep hearing
so
that,
good.
and I keep hearing that, and I have a feeling that I'm going to feel the same way, which means this game has a lot of work to do to like dethrone Uncharted 2.
Hey, LeRon, by the way,
And 3.
just to give you a little bit of a heads up, I adjusted the gain on my microphone in about 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Just so you know.
All right. Okay. Cool. Thanks.
Editing notes, guys.
Yeah.
On the fly.
Yeah. So I haven't started that yet because last Thursday, Story and I recorded the second installment of the Mass Effect Standard Definition, which was Mass Effect 2, and after talking about Mass Effect 2, I realized I was like, man, I should have at least like played that game and be kind of fresh on it. I'm still on Mass Effect 1, so I got back into Mass Effect 1 to try and beat that, so I can be in some better standing when it comes to Mass Effect 3. But you know what I might do? The cool thing about the PC environment, because that's where I'm playing the Legendary Edition at. The cool thing about the PC environment is there's a whole community. There's a database full of people's save files that they just donate to the community. So if you want to skip some things, like for example, back when there was no Mass Effect Legendary Edition, a lot of people notoriously skip number 1 because number one, when you compare it, when you stack up the Mass Effect 2 and 3, like number 1 just was not that good, and that's me being honest. Like Mass Effect is a good game, but when you take Mass Effect and you line it up with Mass Effect 2 and 3, most people will pick Mass Effect 2 out of the list 1st, and then 3, and then 1 if they feel like playing 1. So what I might do is I might go on the database, look at all the save files, look at everything that lines up to what I would have done in Mass Effect, and just start Mass Effect 2. Download that file and start Mass Effect 2.
And that's fair.
Unfortunately, I mean, Mass Effect 1 looks great though. And by the way, it is a if you're listening and you have a PC and you subscribe to the Humble Choice, which is the Humble Bundles monthly thing, it's one of your free games this month.
Ooh.
Yeah. So it looks like it's hit every place except PlayStation Plus now.
Yeah.
As far as freebies go, PlayStation Plus and GOG. Yep. So there you go. Because like I opened up my humble choice this morning actually, and I was like, ooh, too bad I already bought this game, but yeah. So I might give it away. I might give it away as a freebie.
Ooh.
You can get through Mass Effect 1 really quickly with the Legendary Collection if you want to get through it. I think I beat it under 20 hours. It did not take.
Austin, you don't understand. I'm that guy. I ran literally every nook and cranny of the Citadel, and then I complain about why the Citadel is so boring.
Well, see, here's the thing. Like, that's what I did. Like, because of the low times and the fact that I just knew where to go, like, which I'm sure you do, having played it more than I have, probably. I think you could get through it really quickly.
Yeah, I mean, I think I did most of the stuff. I mean, this was original Mass Effect 1, and I know they fixed a lot of things in the Legendary Edition. I think I got through it and did almost everything in like 20-something hours. It was definitely less than 25.
Yeah.
Okay,
I was missing one of the insignia writings or some shit, but I wasn't going to go back.
I'm not doing all that.
Yeah, so you can get through a lot of the stuff quickly.
Yeah.
I did every mission for sure. Like I'm like 99% sure that I did everything. And
even the submissions?
Yeah.
Well, when I said submissions, I mean like Admiral Kohoku's thing where he wants you to find his missing squad and all that, like that shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so maybe I should take this a little bit more seriously.
I mean, if you want to cheat and do it the PC way, that's totally fine with me too. Like, I'm not gonna judge you for cheating and downloading someone else's save file. You know,
This is not cheating. This is playing the game I want to play.
it's not play the game the way that BioWare designed.
Hey, BioWare knows what's up. That's why they released it. That's why they released this collection 15 years after the fact, so they could wring out more money from people's exhausted wallets.
Yeah. And take away
I don't know if it was BioWare. I think it was more EA. EA was like, "Hey, you think you could polish up that Mass Effect game? You think you could?" And they caught Casey Hudson in a moment of weakness before he was getting ready to step out.
Yeah, he's
like,
sure
said, "Hey, off. You need to release something that's going to make us money, or you're done." Although, when the year Anthem came out, it was the 5th best-selling game that year.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, I wonder how many people like really enjoyed Anthem that just knew nothing about anything that was going on.
I bet there was a ton of people that enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Oh no, I was in those circles.
All I know is Anthem got a strike for me because they gutted the Mass Effect team, and that's why we got what became Mass Effect Andromeda.
Fair.
Would you rather play through Anthem or Mass Effect Andromeda?
Andromeda.
Yeah, I would too.
Andromeda. My thing is I just have more affinity for Mass Effect, and I played half of Mass Effect Andromeda anyway, so it's just one of those games I have to come back to. I didn't play any of Andromeda. I mean, any of Anthem.
It wasn't terrible. It just wasn't good. You know what I mean? It was just kind of like a average third-person shooter with good flying and no like real mission structure.
I don't think Outriders, that's for sure.
Oh no, Outriders!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Game
of the year.
That's a real game.
Yeah.
That they forgot about.
And lastly, I am playing some more Monster Hunter Rise on PC. Like they dropped new DLC for both Switch and PC. Like there's a new for people who are just starting the game. There's a new armor set out there that basically lets you like cheese your way through all the low and high rank stuff to get to end game.
Sounds like my kind of armor.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Like and it's old. It's classic armor too. That's the thing about it. Like it's the black belt armor from the original Monster Hunter game. So basically, you look like you're out there in like some stylish like you look like you're about to go work out at the gym because it's like some shorts with a tank top and this weird helmet that looks like a headband and all that stuff. But I mean when you put it on, it looks like you're there to put in some work. Yeah, so that's everything I've been playing for this week. So that's it. So hey, that was a good lineup of games, everybody.
Yeah, really, it was. We did a good job of diversifying all the games we play.
Yeah, we did.
You know?
Yeah,
we did. And you notice I've actually played a PlayStation game. So,
I know.
Yeah. So yeah,
I was about to rip on you too. I was going to say, as long as I play a PS5 game, I know I won't be playing anything LeRon's playing. But you know what? I can't say that this week. I can't say that.
Yeah, I haven't picked up Horizon yet because I need to beat Horizon, the original one.
Yeah.
So I haven't picked it up yet.
Yeah.
It's in my list though.
Good.
All right. Well, now we've got all of that out the way. I guess it's time for us to really get the show started and kick everything off by talking about the notable games coming to PlayStation this week.
Do it.
So for this week, the 28th of March through February the 6th, we have some pretty decent games lined up for this week. The release of Elden Ring last week was an absolute showstopper for the gaming world, with the title earning a massive amount of top scores across the internet, and it's already having a Cinderella story of being Game of the Year for this year. We will have yet to see.
We'll see.
We'll have yet to see. But that doesn't mean that other games can just pack up and go home, because Gran Turismo 7 is coming. All right, here are all the new games slated to come out this month for your favorite Sony system. starting February 28th, which was yesterday, a game called Breath Edge came out, which is an ironic outer space survival adventure game. You know what? I can't put words to it. You guys just have to go look at the trailer and check it out for yourself.
Yeah.
Games that released today on March the 1st included Far Changing Tides for both PS5 and PS4, Little Orpheus, and Shadow Warrior 3 for PS5 and PS4. Oh, Little Orpheus is also PS5 and PS4 as well. Far Changing Tides is an atmospheric vehicle adventure that follows the emotional journey of a boy and his ship as he embarks on a voyage to find a new home. And Shadow Warrior 3 is an interesting one. It is the follow up to Shadow Warrior 2, which was like a first person shooter in feudal Japan type deal. But the cool thing about this is like it's a day one available game right now if you're subscribed to PlayStation PS Now.
Yeah. If you click on the purchase option for Shadow Warrior 3 on your PS5, it'll take you to the PS Now page and ask you if you'd rather spend $50 on the 12-month subscription. Mm-hmm. So they're pushing it with this sale. You have to like manually say skip and go to the purchase option.
Well, that's kind of weird considering that Shadow Warrior is only available to PS Now subscribers until July the 4th. Sony's pulling the fast one.
Here's the thing. I wonder if Shadow Warrior was supposed to be like the big drop for whatever Spartacus is going to be. And I wonder if Spartacus was supposed to be out by now and they just haven't figured out the logistics. And I wonder if this was some sort of contractual thing where they're like, hey, we were supposed to be on your new service, but your new service isn't up. So we need to put the game out on something. Where are you at? And you know what I mean?
That's a good possibility. That's a good possibility.
I mean, Spartacus should have been out by now, I feel like. I wonder
I don't know if it should have been out by now, but they should have been getting it ready.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
Or at least know what it is.
Yeah.
Right?
I feel like they should, like, I don't know. I feel like Sony is just working backwards sometimes. And it's like, what are you doing? Like, they do so many good, cool things. Like, PSVR 2 looks awesome. And their AAA offerings are awesome. But then you get to, like, oh, your PS4 to PS5 upgrade does it cost money? Does it not? We don't know. Somebody said something one time, so we got to adjust this. You know what I mean? Or like Spartacus and PlayStation Now and PlayStation Plus and the PlayStation Plus collection. There's too many things, you know?
The PlayStation Plus collection is just a perk of having PlayStation Plus.
I know, but like that PlayStation Plus collection and PlayStation Now and PlayStation Plus should all be wrapped up in the same bundle.
Which, by the way, Austin, are you with me in the fact that I feel a little sore that they didn't update the collection at all this year?
Yeah, I was kind of hoping they would, but I assume that we're gonna get it with whatever Spartacus is. I assume we're gonna get a whole list of collection. Did you all get that? Did you get that link that I sent you of Push Square? The link.
Yes.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, we're gonna talk about that a little bit later.
Okay. But I mean, I'd be cool if Shadow Warrior 3 might have been. I hope that's not the big one. I am crossing my fingers that Tiny Tina's Wonderlands is a PS Now day one.
Ooh,
because
that's some big wishing.
I already have 2 other games I want out that day. I can't afford it.
Aren't the PlayStation Now games only the PlayStation 4 versions though? Yeah. They don't offer PlayStation 5 versions yet, right?
Yeah.
Correct. Which is why, I'm hoping we get an announcement soon. Because that's the other thing. If you want the Shadow Warrior 3 PS5 version, well, you're going to have to wait till PS Now figures it out.
Yeah.
It's a mess, but not as big of a mess as the other game that's coming out. We'll see.
Oh no, what's that? Wait, did I miss something? I missed something, I think. What's the other game coming out?
Continuing our list, we have on the 3rd of March, Babylon's Fall coming out for PS5 and PS4. Yeah. Ghost Runner Project Hell is coming out on PS5 and PS4 as well, and the Conan Chop Chop for PS5 and PS4. Again, Conan Chop Chop, that's another game you might want to go check out the trailer for. I can't do it justice by describing it.
Yeah. Which, by the way, we're getting Ghost Runner on PS Plus, the first one. I assume this is the second one.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
the sequel.
I think
Okay.
I don't know. I think this. I didn't do much of a lookup on this. This is either This is either an expansion to Ghost Runner or it is the Game of the Year version.
Okay.
So going back to Babylon's Fall.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Which, by the way, that's the new cooperative action RPG from Platinum Games.
Yeah.
I want to read you a quote from the Giant Bombcast.
Oh no.
It's directly on their Twitter. It says, Jeff is trying real hard to think of a full price game that made a worse first impression on him than Babylon's Fall.
Oh man, Platinum, what is going on? Platinum. Corey, weren't you on the show a few weeks ago when you were talking about Platinum's like ups and downs, and it's worse than a yo-yo?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, Platinum is just like, I'm telling you, their highs are super high. They're so good. Astral Chain, Bayonetta, Vanquish, Nier Automata, right? Like their highs are so high. But then for every one of those,
low, it falls through the floor.
For every one of those, it seems like you get a Scalebound situation or a Avatar or
Microsoft backed out of Scalebound. I'm really curious now why.
Because I think Microsoft backed out on Platinum Games.
No, it's come out that they Platinum Games apologized to Microsoft for that. That was their fault. They didn't deliver on deadlines. They used some of the money to fund other games. They did a lot of things.
Oh,
yeah.
But it just was, and they didn't say anything because, like, obviously you don't want to look bad at the time, right? And Microsoft was already going through like a real shitty situation with the Xbox One, so it was like, oh well, this is just another thing Microsoft has to deal with, you know. But yeah, I mean, Platinum has some really great games, but they also have some real shitters, and so I mean, this is just another one of those, I guess. But the thing is like the games that are bad are usually licensed games, right? Like Ninja Turtles, Korra, you know, what else was bad?
I stand by the Transformers game. It was actually good.
Some people say it's good. It's not as good as their other games, I think, but
no.
I mean it's serviceable, don't get me wrong. It's just man, Platinum, what are you doing? What are you doing?
They're my favorite company. Well, they're my favorite like outside studio. But I am lucky I just haven't played any of these stinkers that have been mentioned. I always feel like I've always had good intuition of how to pick and choose games.
Mm-hmm. Now I don't want to sound like an Ed Varnell here, okay?
Oh,
but it really feels like their best products come out when Nintendo has a watchful eye over them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Astral Chain, Bayonetta 2, Bayonetta 3 looks awesome, right?
Yeah.
Just throwing it out there. Wonderful 101.
Yeah. Well,
wait, I heard Wonderful 101 was mediocre.
It was a cool game at the time when it came out on Wii U, and it was like you had to use the tablet for some stuff, and like it was a way better game with a second screen. There are very few games I will defend a second screen on for the Wii U, but Wonderful 101 was one of them, and it was pretty good. It wasn't their best game, obviously, right? Because like Bayonetta, right? But also they made Star Fox Zero. So
yeah, there's a reason why you don't mess with Nintendo though, because Mario comes at you. Like if you mess up their games, Mario comes at you. He takes his gun. He starts shooting people. It's always messy.
But I mean, I think you kind of look at this and you're like, well, everybody kind of shows up for Nintendo, right? You look at Mercury Steam, right? They made that really terrible 2D Castlevania game, and then they turn around and make 2 great Metroid games. So
that's what I'm saying, man. It's like Mickey Mouse on the South Park. Only it's real. Like Mario is the real version of that. That's what South Park doesn't tell you.
God, dude, that Jonas Brothers episode is so good.
It's so
All right.
good.
All right, and March 4th is probably the day a lot of people are looking forward to because Gran Turismo 7 lands on PS5 and PS4 on
Yeah.
March the 4th. And all I got to say is the greatest real driving simulator returns with classic cars, iconic tracks, and fan favorite modes like the GT simulation and sport mode.
Mm.
All right. For a complete list of all the upcoming games for PlayStation systems, just go to our website, bossrush.net, and check it out. Guys, question. Which of
Answer.
this week's releases have you most excited about purchasing?
Oh man, this. I mean, I don't own a PlayStation, so I can't buy any of these games. I mean, to be honest with you, I've always had like a weird soft spot for Gran Turismo, even though I'm not like a racing fan. I remember playing A-Spec on PS2 for hours, like probably like hundreds of hours. I played A-Spec, and I mean, I played a lot of Forza Motorsport also, but like I don't know that. I mean, that's definitely the one you're gonna be like, that's the one, right?
Mm.
Unless you really want to play Babylon's Fall, you know. Gosh.
Yep. All right. Austin, did you have? Is it Gran Turismo 7 for you? Or is it something else on the list?
I'll be getting Gran Turismo 7. I think that's going to be a good palate cleanser to kind of go between a Horizon and whatever the next game will. It'll probably be Elden Ring. Hopefully, we'll see how fast I get done with Horizon. So I definitely plan on getting that, driving some cars, sucking it on the track, but enjoying it either way. I do want to play Shadow Warrior 3 because it looks like if Borderlands, or actually, if Bulletstorm was like in Yakuza form. And it intrigues me. I've never played a Shadow Warrior game. I don't know why I've never thought about it or never
This
seen
game
the
has my
trailer.
attention too. Like, I'm not sure if it's because it's like a day one drop for PlayStation Now, which is kind of weird, by the way. But
I think
Well,
the
even when
second
it got
game-
announced, it looked cool to me. I was like, this game looks dope. And I was like,
Mhm.
I've heard of this series, but I've never even looked into it. Now I'm wondering why. Sounds right up my alley.
the the second game is on Game Pass, LeRon.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, for PC also. So I mean, if you want to check it out,
I think I will.
I may have to jump on that because I gotta know. I gotta know. Which, by the way, Bulletstorm, great game.
Bulletstorm's awesome game.
Bulletstorm, Bulletstorm
I heard
is
good.
so
I heard
fun.
good thing about. I heard good thing about Bulletstorm. I never got it, but I heard good things about it.
You get bonus points for shooting dudes in the dick. All right, that's all you need to know.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you
kick
need
them
to
across
know.
the map.
Yeah, you could slingshot them into a cactus and then shoot them just to make sure they're extra dead. It's fun. It's a lot of
Jeez.
fun. It's ridiculous.
All right, so there you have it. Definitely go to bossrush.net, check out the entire list of games coming up for PlayStation consoles. And without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started with tonight's news and events.
Woo!
And first one is a little heavy, so you know, it has to be done though. It has to be done. All right. So Bungie, CD Projekt Red, and other studios are making donations to help war victims in the Ukraine. All right. You can check out this story on bossrush.net. And as of this recording right now, we're on the 6th day of the Russian invasion, or I shouldn't say invasion because based on the news I've heard, it's not going too well for Russia. You know, they're mounting a front, but it's not going the way they thought it would. All right. So anyway, with Russia engaged in attacks on on Ukraine, the world has its eyes on the turbulent situation in Eurasia. The aggressive action committed by Russian President Vladimir Putin has drawn widespread condemnation from nations across the world, with many countries taking up actions to try and quell the conflict before it becomes something bigger than it currently is. Within the gaming community, it also appears that things are being done as well. Bungie, CD Projekt Red, 11-Bit Studios, and several other studios have announced plans to make donations to organizations in an effort to help war victims in Ukraine. Bungie announced that they will be donating 100% of proceeds from the first 48 hours of their Game to Give charity to aid Ukraine amidst amidst the ongoing humanitarian crisis. Their Polish neighbors, CD Projekt Group, CD Projekt Group has donated over $240,000 to a Polish humanitarian organization that is currently in Ukraine helping civilians suffering from the invasion. Also, developer 11-Bit Studio, which is known for the game This War Is Mine, released a statement and declared that they are donating all profits from This War of Mine and its DLC to the cause. All profits. There are many studios within Ukraine, such as GSC Game World, which is responsible for Stalker 2, Frogwares, Vostok Games, Sinji Games, which is responsible for the upcoming PS5 title The Serpent Rogue, Crytek Kyiv, which is Warface, and Ubisoft Kyiv and Odessa, which is which handles support for Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon series. All these studios have been impacted by the conflict and face an uncertain future at the time of this airing of the show right now. Several of these studios are looking at potential relocations, similarly to what happened to 4A Games, which you may know them from a little series called Metro. 4A Games also ultimately had to relocate to Malta following the 2014 violence within Ukraine's borders. If you are looking for more information on how to help or would like to make a donation towards the humanitarian effort for Ukraine, a link has been provided in tonight's stream chat and can also be found on bossrush.net in the article featured in this story tonight. All right, guys. I don't really have any questions, but I will open the floor up now for anyone else to talk.
I mean, I can talk a little bit on like the Bungie side of things. At least I know that they've always been selling. They always sell like certain items and stuff that is like, hey, we are definitely sending your donations and your money to the Ukraine or whoever needs it right at the time. And man, I'm surprised they don't have anything on their website about it. But they really have always been that way. They've always been community focused and looking to help others. I mean, they've had some speed bumps, right? Like the article that came out at the end of last year about prior workplace stuff, but they've always been supportive of lesser voices. They every year they do trans at Bungie, women at Bungie, black at Bungie, right? Like they have all these programs that they do to kind of find support or help people find support where they need it and stuff. And so this doesn't surprise me there. I know that Thursday, which this goes live on Thursday. Thursday is when they always do their big news drop, and I would be shocked if they didn't have some sort of like Ukraine relief armor set that you could purchase with real money, and all those donations would go there, right? Or an emblem or something, but yeah, it's just everything going on over there is just really sad, and many people who've been following me know that my wife is from there, and I know that her mom is really worried about her friends that are still over there and stuff. So it's been kind of more real in this household than most, I think. So it's just tough.
Yeah, in our chat, Rach Bartmoss, who's like a weekly friend of ours here in the on Crossroads. He notes that they always pick organizations that are well-rounded, renowned, and well-established.
Yeah, it's rough over there, no joke. And as someone who is a social media manager for a company, right? And I'm on there all day, and it's just like, go away. I don't want to see this stuff anymore. It was to the point where we actually paused all of our promotion today because it was getting so bad.
Oh,
yeah.
Now I know this, like a lot of there's been a lot of effort to just really cripple Russia's economy, like
Mhm.
like like the stuff we're hearing, like like ABC stores are taking out like Russian vodka products and replacing them with Ukrainian vodka products. Well, we know the International Olympics Committee has been, and a lot of other sports organizations, including was FIFA's one. FIFA's one. I can't remember there's like two other major ones though, but they basically said all the events that were scheduled for happening in Russia is no longer a thing. Stuff like that. There's also been, of course, as if you live here in the United States, you know that economic sanctions are underway. For Russia, particularly its banks and things like that. But something that's crazy though is fact checkers apparently, and this is right now in my trending section. Right now, fact checkers have verified that Pornhub is still running and active in Russia. I'm telling you right
Well,
now. I'm telling you right now. If you want to hurt Russia's economy, kill their porn.
Well, Putin made porn illegal, if I remember correctly. So I think Pornhub's doing like an anti thing.
Wait. So they. I need to do a little research. I didn't know. Wait, why would Putin make porn illegal?
have you seen the guy?
Okay, I'm getting this from another podcast I listened to, so this is all
the guy,
very base level. But
this is the guy. This is the guy that sits on a horse with no shirt on.
hold on, I'm looking it up, but I'm pretty sure it's illegal. At least online porn is illegal.
Interesting. I
right.
just kind of move forward. I know like everybody's like super anti Russia and everything right now, and I think you have to kind of look at it to the point where like this guy's just crazy, and
Yeah,
I don't
Yeah,
think
he's
it's
hurting.
I don't think it's
He's not
all
just
Russians,
hurting.
right? Like I mean
Yeah,
that's a
he's not just
conversation.
hurting.
That's a
He's just not
conversation
hurting
we have.
Ukrainians. He's
Yeah.
he's hurting his own people too.
Yeah.
Because some of the reports have come out that when he mobilized these troops, that a lot of troops didn't even know they were going to Ukraine. They thought they were going in other directions, and then they just wound up at the Ukraine border, and they're like, "Oh, this is lovely."
Yeah, and like I mean, you should have seen St. Petersburg yesterday. Like hundreds, thousands upon thousands of protesters.
Protesting, which is illegal in Russia, by the way, and people are standing up, stuff like that. I don't know. Like there's a part of me that's wondering, like, is he about to get ousted? Like who's gonna step up? And,
But
like,
who's gonna do
like,
that?
exactly. Who's gonna step up and do the thing? Because I just like how some of our politicians are like, I can't give a diagnosis from from overseas or whatnot, but I feel like this dude's unhinged now.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, definitely.
He's such a romantic about the old Mother Russia and stuff like that like it's blinded him. I almost and was bad about this. I have a funny feeling that he thought that China was going to back him up, but China has been very quiet. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens with what's going on in China. For the simple fact is, like, the U.S. just sent a diplomatic group to Hong Kong, and that's definitely a slap in the face to China right now.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, like, I mean, I think China has their own plans of world domination at some point. But
true. And they're like, oh, let Russia do their clownery.
Any anti is never towards the people, because I think everyone knows what it's like to have a leader that's a complete nut job. And
I think we do.
Do we? Because
maybe I don't know.
There's a lot of assholes that want that guy back in the White House.
Yeah, but there's a lot.
I will say we could have had it much worse, but yes, we did have a taste of it.
Yeah,
we did have a taste of it. But
true.
Yeah, no one likes to hear it, but I really hope everything goes well. I'm glad that all these companies are supporting and also dissupporting certain things. Because at the end of the day, we just don't want a war. I mean, there might be a few people that do, but most of us do not. And if we can all pull together and keep it from happening, that sounds the best way to me. I'm not a political guy, so I don't know much, but I know that's one thing I know for sure, that the less lives lost over something like this is for the better.
Yeah. All right. Before we wrap this topic up, let me just go ahead and put it out there that currently, This War of Mine is on sale on the PlayStation Store. You can find it under This War is Mine: The Little Ones, which is the base game that also contains the expansion that adds children and some other elements. Please take note, though. The game has some heavy elements about war from a perspective of civilians trying to survive in times of war. Right now, it is on sale for the price of $3.99 until March the 3rd. So pick it up. Remember, all proceeds of the game are going directly to the war, to the relief efforts over there in Ukraine. I already have this game on the PC, but I will be purchasing it again after March the 3rd because I want the full $20 to go to them.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my take. I'm not telling everybody they have to do that, but that's just the way I feel, because I feel like as a veteran, like I've never actually been to a conflict zone and things like that, but I've been deployed outside of them, and like it's an interesting way to look at things sometimes. Like people aren't safe. People are dying. People's lives are being put at risk. So like I said earlier, it's not just Ukrainians that are in trouble and need help. Like Russian people are also, like their soldiers and stuff are going there for nonsense. It's not basically like Putin and his regime basically set out a whole misinformation thing that made it seem like Ukraine was the one like imposing like harsh penalties on countries that were quote unquote independent, which that can't neither be confirmed or denied, at this point, and things like that. So basically Putin basically turns around and makes it seem like it's a fight for their independence. So he invades Ukraine, even though technically all he's trying to do is just annex another country. And at the same time, will annex those other three countries that he declares are independent nations.
Yeah, this guy,
fucking asshole.
Yeah,
I went on record. I went on record for saying that. Fucking asshole.
Yeah.
If you hear I'm in the hospital under mysterious circumstances, it was Russia. Russia did it.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and move on to our next topic.
All right. Chris got what he wanted, though. He got his bit.
He got his what? Oh yeah, that's true.
He's got his section. Yeah,
that's true. Unfortunately, he's not here tonight.
What a jerk.
Next news topic. PlayStation 5 is on the list of top brands in North America. All right. So, if you are wondering how well the PlayStation 5 has been doing for Sony this past year, this latest report might answer some serious questions for you. Business consultancy firm Profit released their recent rankings on the top brands in North America, and the PlayStation 5 landed in the top 10 US brands. PlayStation staked this claim at the 7th spot, beating out companies like Fitbit, TED, and USAA, the banking company, but wound up coming in below Android and Instant Pot. I don't even know. I don't even know why. Whatever.
Instant Pot makes some mean soup.
I mean, yeah, I've used one. I don't own one. I have an air fryer though. But anyway,
who doesn't?
It's air fryer.
Who owns
an air fryer? How isn't the air fryer on the list? All right. If you're wondering who is at number one as far as the United States go, it's Apple. And Apple is number one, followed by Peloton, Spotify, and Bose.
Peloton?
Yeah, Peloton. The biking company.
Man.
Come on, man. After that domestic abuse commercial.
Isn't Peloton going through some shit now, though? Isn't
Peloton
going? I thought they had like a giant dip in sales or something.
I don't know.
They probably did because people are starting to go back to work now.
Yeah.
I'm going to look it up.
All right. When speaking about PlayStation's ranking in the list, Prophet had this to say: "This is PlayStation's moment. The new console keeps smashing sales records, proving that nothing can shake its hold on gamers' love, and it makes sure familiar names like Spider-Man and Madden continue to be a part of the family." It's weird they included Madden. Like why they could have said something like, The Last of Us, or Uncharted, or Horizon,
Madden's Madden's big, man, especially in
is big.
America.
Yeah,
I
guess
actually
so.
wonder who sells more if FIFA sells more than Madden in the U.S. alone. I wonder. I doubt it. I would think Madden
No, 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 no,
probably
no, no,
sells
no,
the most,
no.
but
No, but you did hear that EA is like FIFA's been holding them back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, but
that's kind of weird
it,
considering that's kind of weird considering that it's an international money machine for EA. I don't understand.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
but
but
their contract is up, and they want to. And FIFA wants 3 times the amount of money that that EA is paying now for the license, which would be like close to $2 billion
Oh, well, there you go.
over like I think over like 5 or 6 years or something, and
Okay.
like in a year, I think EA has kind of experimented with this with their because they're bringing college football back, right? And so they've learned that they can go directly to the schools or the football clubs, right? And license them directly instead of going through FIFA. And I think that they're going to save a lot of money that way.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
And then they
yeah.
I think they can license players through the clubs. Am I correct with that? Because they don't have the equivalent of like an NFLPA, right? So I think they license the players straight through the clubs.
You might be
And,
right. I
and
really don't know.
in a weird way, like I'm rooting for EA at this situation because
Yeah.
screw FIFA.
Well,
Screw
FIFA is like a real, I guess, shitty organization.
FIFA is
allegedly.
basically a mafia. I'll leave it at that. But FIFA is basically a mafia. It's crazy.
All right. To round out this story, PlayStation 5, the PlayStation 5 has been smashing sales records in the United States, with Sony selling 1.6 times more PS5 consoles in 2021 than the Xbox Series X and S, and currently boasts having shipped over 17 million units. Stock shortages have plagued the system since its launch, but Sony has been able to celebrate incredible sales momentum over their competitors. The supply shortage in regards to component demand also factors in when considering unit sales compared to the Nintendo Switch. I think so far, PlayStation 5 has only knocked Switch off the NPD charts twice, and like the next month, Nintendo's back.
Yeah.
Current, you're muted, Corey.
Which isn't Nintendo starting to feel the supply shortages now? Because I saw the other day
Yes.
that their amiibos are even supply shortage. I'm like,
Well,
well, I finally caught them.
Amiibos are always supply shortage. That's Nintendo's problem.
Well, not as far as the units go, but like what they planned on making, they couldn't
Oh.
get the materials and stuff. Like it's finally catching up to them. Like
Yeah, but I don't think Amiibo are as popular as they used to be honest. They haven't had
well,
nearly.
The
I'm not
Amiibo
just
launched
saying that.
when
Amiibo was just
the
another thing.
They
But
launched.
the Switch and Tiddle.
They launched during the Wii
the
U.
Wii U.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they did the Smash line and they kept releasing them, and they took so long that they just started releasing them into Smash Ultimate at this point.
Yeah.
All right. Currently, Sony is readying itself to launch the next version of PlayStation VR, which is PSVR 2, and there are wild rumors that a restructuring of PlayStation's online services, which are PlayStation Plus, PlayStation Now, is in the works. Stick with us because we'll talk about that a little bit later. Real quick, guys, what do you think of PlayStation's inclusion into this list of the top brands in the U.S.?
I mean, I think it's great. You know, I mean, it in a way it just kind of proves that like people love brand loyalty, and PlayStation has a huge fan base, and this just proves that like gaming is, here to stay in a way. I think a lot of gamers still feel that kind of chip on their shoulder of like people still think it's like a kid's thing. I mean, I certainly feel that around here, and it's just like it's not. PlayStation is a huge brand, it's a huge phenomenon. Everybody wants these things, and I think it just proves a lot of things, and I'm glad to see PlayStation up here on this list.
This is honestly why PlayStation has a more. This is why PlayStation, I feel, when the PS5 came out. Well, let me switch that. Like at the back end of the PS4's life cycle, and of course now in the PS5's life cycle, you've noticed like the games have a more Western shift to them now. There's like a Western tone to like all the games that come out.
Yeah,
Even
well,
the
I mean,
even the
PlayStation.
Japanese games, certain companies like Capcom, Konami to a certain extent when they actually release games.
Well,
Um,
the thing is PlayStation's run out of Europe now. So,
yes, yeah.
I mean, that's probably what's giving it its Western feel. Although, like, I mean, all of their studios except for, well, it's not Studio Japan anymore. They kind of shut that down. But the studio that made Astrobot, right, is run out of Japan. That's it, right? What
So
other studios are in Japan? What other PlayStation studios are in Japan? Right, Gorilla is in Europe. Naughty Dog's in America. Sony Ben's in America. Sony Santa Monica's in America, San Diego's in America, right? Like they're all Western companies.
Yeah.
Bungie now, right? Like they're all European or American or Canadian companies. And I think that's where they saw the most potential and growth, because just the way that Japanese people live, right? That's the Switch is like the ideal console for them, because they're playing on the train or the bus or whatever. They would live in small apartments, and PlayStation 5 is huge. But in Europe and America, like that thing has so much potential, and I think they're trying to, I mean, very smartly hedge their bets and say, hey, look, these Westerners, they know what they want. We should probably start leaning that way.
True.
yeah.
All right. Did I have another question? No, no, I did not have another question. All right, so I guess we can go ahead and move on to our next topic here, which I think this is actually some good news. Austin, did you see this news before I actually reported on it?
Yeah, I mean, I saw when the Dice Awards was going on, I saw who was winning here and there, but I didn't catch everything. So I'm learning it with the rest of you.
Okay. All right. Well,
Woo!
Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart makes big at the Dice Awards 2022. All right. You can also catch this article on bossrush.net, by the way. In case you missed it, the 25th annual Dice Awards took place on February the 24th, and the Dueling Lombaxes from Sony Interactive Entertainment were the big winners for the show. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart took home 4 awards, among them the award for Outstanding Achievement in Animation. Austin, remember how we talked about this game was gorgeous? It looked like it was a
It
DreamWorks
was.
studio game.
Yep.
This,
Whoa.
yeah,
Whoa. Better than that. It was up there with Pixar, my dude. It was
Yeah,
better than
Pixar.
DreamWorks.
No,
Yeah.
dude, DreamWorks is like second tier.
Oh,
Okay.
come on, DreamWorks makes some good stuff. What was that movie about the Good Fortune Dragon? And don't say Raya and the Last Dragon. 'cause
Obviously-
I
How
know
to
that
How
was
to
good.
Train Your Dragon is legit. It is,
Yeah,
but
but-
everything else from DreamWorks,
I would, yeah. Look, it's DreamWorks. I even enjoyed Madagascar a little bit. Okay, like that, it was
Yeah.
fun. But DreamWorks is
Boss
so
Baby.
second tier, man.
Or is that
Yeah.
Elimination? I don't remember.
Despicable Me.
All right, guys, calm down.
Yeah, they're automatically second tier because they created the Minions, so they suck.
Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart also had the honors of being the game with the most award nominations in an impressive lineup of a list of other standout titles, which included the likes of It Takes Two, Halo Infinite, Resident Evil Village, Forza Horizon 5, Deathloop, and Returnal. Speaking of
All great
Returnal and
games.
Deathloop, Returnal nabbed awards for both Outstanding Achievement in Original Music Composition and Outstanding Achievement in Audio Design. Austin, is that true?
The audio design, I was a little shocked to see the music composition on here, but because I don't really remember the music to be all that honest. But the audio design alone in Returnal is top tier. That's what I've been saying last when the Game Awards is going on. If they don't win for sound, this list is a sham. The whole thing is a sham.
Yep. Deathloop also received the award for outstanding achievement in game direction. So good on them. Like basically all the PlayStation exclusives like walked away with something, with the exception of Kena Bridge of Spirits, which had 3 nominations of its own, but walked away without any awards from the big night. Speaking of awards, though, It Takes Two won out the night, taking home the Game of the Year award, continuing the game's spectacular run in the awards circuit. I can already hear that piercing scream in my ear from Chicago.
Wow.
I can already hear it. For a complete list of all the nominees and winners for Dice Awards 2022, head over to interactive.org and check out the list. You know what? We acted like last year was not a good year for gaming, but when you look at the list of all the games that were nominated and received awards, like there were some pretty fucking spectacular games out last year.
It was incredible. Last year was great. I loved 2021.
Austin, you beat Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, right?
Yeah, I beat all of them except Kenna. And
you beat.
Technically,
I did not beat
Returnal. I did not beat Returnal.
I was going to say. You didn't tell us you beat Returnal.
I played. Trust me, when I get to Returnal, and if I ever beat it, I don't know if I'll ever beat it, man. I don't know, but it's a fun game.
So here's my question: on a 1 to 5 rating, what would you give Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart?
A 1 to 5? Can I give half stars?
Yeah.
I'd say 4.5. 4 to 4.5 for sure.
Okay. So definitely worthy of winning some of those 4 of those awards they got. Yeah. I don't feel like Ratchet and Clank is Game of the Year material myself. I don't, even though it was nominated for Game of the Year, but I don't think it.
I put it a step below because it's not my favorite Ratchet and Clank game, and that might be why it's getting.
Well, yeah, that's what a lot of us said. You know, over the past few shows that Rift Apart is a great Ratchet and Clank game, but is not the best one.
Yeah. It's not a cracking
looking over that list, were there any games nominated that you feel would have won out over the announced winners? Like, if you guys didn't have a chance to look at the list, I understand.
I didn't look at the list, but Deathloop, I stand by it. It's a great game. And I don't know what game direction means, honestly. Game direction? Like, that's the most vague, like, it had a direction. Okay, well, all games have direction.
I think what with game direction. Hold on, let me look at these categories real fast because game direction. I guess we need to break down that because there is achievements in story. You know, so I was going to say story. Guardians of the Galaxy won outstanding achievement in story. By the way, you know, here's the list right now. Game of the Year was taken by It Takes Two. Outstanding achievement in animation was Ratchet and Clank. Outstanding achievement in art direction was Ratchet and Clank. Outstanding achievement in character goes to Lady Dimitrescu from Resident Evil Village. Outstanding achievement in original game composition, of course, that's Housemarque Returnal. Audio design was also Returnal. Outstanding achievement in story was Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. Outstanding technical achievement was Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Action game of the year was Halo Infinite. Adventure game of the year went to Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm sure Stephanie will love that.
He deserves it.
Family game of the year. Ooh, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Ooh, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart beat out Animal Crossing New Horizons, Cozy Grove.
New Horizons didn't come out last year. Why is it even on the list? It came out 2 years ago.
Oh yeah,
maybe because it's ongoing.
I don't care.
I don't know how
it doesn't matter. It doesn't
Mario
matter.
Party Superstars was also on that list, as well as WarioWare Get Together.
Yeah, those games both are subpar.
Yeah.
Fighting
WarioWare
game of the year was
bad.
Fighting game of the year was Guilty Gear Strive. Racing game of the year was Forza Horizon 5. RPG of the year was Final Fantasy 14 Endwalker. Sports game of the year, get ready, Mario Golf Super Rush.
What?
Oh,
how?
Beat out FIFA 22, NBA 2K22, Riders Republic, and The Climb.
As someone who loves Mario Golf, that game is not. The game's like a 7 at best.
I don't know how it was for FIFA, but I think 2K22 is one of the worst NBA games in a long time.
I feel like Riders Republic. I feel like Riders Republic was a good contender. I'm wondering if it was based on sales. Like,
No, I just don't think enough people played Riders Republic to even vote that in.
Logan is the only one that I know that plays that game, and I don't think he even played it that much, to be honest.
He also taped my face to his nipples, so we all know how.
Yeah.
That's.
Strategy.
I saw the picture today, and I was like, I didn't want to remember that.
Oh yeah, I forgot to.
Strategy/sim game of the year went to Age of Empires 4. No surprise there, honestly. Immersive reality technical achievement went to Lone Echo 2 for which I guess they should have just said VR game of the year. You know, oh my bad, because immersive reality game of the year was Lone Echo 2. So wow, you know that's funny because like Lone Echo 2 won in both categories over RE4, and we thought RE4 was just going to continue to sweep awards. Outstanding achievement for an independent game. This one went to Unpacking.
That's a cool game.
Cool ass game, by the way. Beating out Death's Door, Inscription, Loop Hero, and Sable. That's funny. Where's Cannon Bridge Spirits at? Did not even make a nomination.
Why is Sable on this list? God, dude, Sable was so bad. Can I just say I played like 2 hours of Sable. That game is bad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Like, I know a lot of people worked really hard on that game, and I'm sure it's for somebody, but I don't understand why it's on some sort of game of the year list. Kenna should have been replaced. Whatever should have replaced this. Sorry.
Kenna was on for outstanding achievement in art direction and
I don't care where it was at. It's an independent game. It should be
and
on
animation.
It should be right here.
That's true. That's true. Why is it not in the independent game category? I don't understand.
It doesn't matter. Like, if it's in other categories, I get it. But there's tons of games in other categories. It should have been in this independent game category.
Yeah.
So many people, from what I heard, loved Kana because it reminded them of their like PS2 platformers, and that's I don't know, whatever. Every time I see Sable, I get really angry. I don't know, like it just there's like this intrinsic anger when I see that game. I'm like, I wanted it to be so good, and I played it, and it was not good.
You don't like sand? Is that why you just don't?
No,
sand?
it wanted to be Journey and Zelda at the same time with this like really unique art style, which by the way, not very unique anymore. Sorry. And like the character moved at like 15 frames a second while the world moved at 60. And it was like this really weird. It was just like it gave me a headache, and it was bad. I'm sorry.
All right, mobile.
It's on Game Pass if you want to try it out.
No, it's leaving Game Pass this week, I think. Thank God.
Mobile game of the year went to Pokemon Unite. Online game of the year went to Halo Infinite, which is wild considering it beat Final Fantasy 14 and Back 4 Blood. That is wild.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it beating Back 4 Blood, but Final Fantasy 14 Endwalker is like that game was like the end all be all for MMOs last year, and like people loved it to the point where like Square stopped selling it because so many people had bought it.
I was gonna say, do you think that's why maybe they lost some bonus points because the reason why they stopped selling is because their servers could literally not take any more people and they weren't prepared for it?
Yeah, I don't know. Halo is very good though. Halo's online multiplayer is very good. I know a lot of people are complaining that it doesn't have enough like modes or their long game. I'm like, dude, I played Halo 1 and 2 where all you did was log in and change the color of your armor and shoot people. Okay, I don't care about your battle passes, your game modes, your events. I just want to shoot people. Okay,
yeah,
I'll go in there.
Yeah,
I played 3 or 4 matches of SWAT. I'm good. Okay. Oh, sorry.
I for one enjoy
Slayer
Halo quite a bit because it's especially in a year where Call of Duty and Battlefield both suck ass.
Yeah,
Halo pulled through.
Yeah.
Let's see. 2 more categories. Outstanding achievement in game design went to It Takes Two, and outstanding achievement in game direction went to Deathloop. So there you have it. Crazy thing is, like, let's see. Ratchet & Clank did have 9 nominations. Deathloop came in second place with 8 nominations. It Takes Two had 6. Returnal had 5 nominations. Cannon Bridge Spirits had 4 nominations alongside Resident Evil Village. Call of Duty Vanguard, Forza Horizon 5, Halo Infinite, Loop Hero, Psychonauts 2 all had 3 nominations on this list. And coming at 2 nominations and winning both nominations that they were in was Guardians of the Galaxy, followed by Death's Door, Final Fantasy 14, Lone Echo 2, Moncage, Resident Evil 4 VR, and Song and Smoke. Yeah. So there you go. If you're wondering about that list of games, like I said, like the information's there. I also put a link to the actual Wikipedia summary for the 25th annual Dice Awards in the Twitch stream chat, so you can go check that out as well.
I can't believe It Takes Two is winning Game of the Year. I'm sorry. I just don't understand it.
Is it too simple of a game for you? What's up?
No, I just don't understand. Like I don't know. I didn't play it, but like everything I see about it or hear about it, it's just like I don't know. It just feels like a statement game in a way, you know? And like there's so many other games that like probably deserved it. And also I don't really care for Joseph Fares. He's kind of a
Are you also a hater? Well, I'm not a hater, you know, like Ed's a hater, but are you
I just don't have any friends to play with, okay?
all right, that okay, you know that works.
You and Ed can play together. What are you talking about? Why aren't you and Ed playing this game together? Why aren't you doing it?
Because I can already feel his eyes rolling into the back of his head and him scoffing louder than like tornado siren. Okay.
Because he told me he would play it with me, and now I'd rather see you and Ed play it together, to be quite honest.
We'll see. We will see. We'll see.
All right, so we have one final news topic for tonight before we go on to our big topic. But this news topic is going to be so quick that I almost don't want to timestamp it. All right, the PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now games for March 2022 are here. You can head over to bossrush.net to check out the list of the PlayStation Plus games right now, as well as heading over to blog.playstation.com to check out the PlayStation Now games. All right, your March 2022 games for PS Plus are got fumbled over my words just now because I was about to throw so many different like words out there. March 2022 games for PS Plus include Ark Survival Evolved, which is a PS4 title, Team Sonic Racing, also for PS4, Ghost Runner for PS5, and there is a bonus game this month, which I wonder if this bonus game came out because of backlash behind last month's, for as a bonus, you're getting Ghost of Tsushima Legends. And look, before you guys out there start complaining that this is DLC, you are wrong. This is after it was released on Ghost of Tsushima, it wound up becoming so popular that Sony redid it and sold it as a standalone game. So technically, it is a game.
Yeah, but you could also if you bought this Ghost of Tsushima Legends and you liked it, you could also buy the single player for a discount of $40, which comes out to $60.
Yeah, so Ghost of Tsushima Legends was first launched as a free co-op player game. You already know, yada yada, so forth. Is just one of 2 listed bonus games this month for subscribers. That's right. There are 2 bonus games coming in March. Also joining the lineup on March 15th, PS5 subscribers are also receiving GTA Online. Yes, that is a bonus game that was actually announced from Rockstar back mid-February. And yes, it is becoming a reality on the 15th of March for gamers out there. GTA Online is a standalone version of the extremely popular multiplayer mode from Grand Theft Auto 5. You'll have 3 months to claim the game, and add it to your library. So jump on it. You know, like we always recommend here, at least add them to your library. You don't have to download them to your system because we know your systems are strapped for hard drive space. You know, we get it. And coming to PS Now this month, already available now. All these games are already available now. You've got Shadow Warrior 3, which, like we said, was a day one launch for PS Now and is a first too. Like that's the first time it's ever happened. Also, you have Crisis Remastered, Relicta, and Chicken Police Painted Red. I don't know a lot about Chicken Police, so I'm gonna hold my words here. I don't know.
It's a it's one of those games where you're like interviewing people. It's like a noir type game. It's all black and white, and you are a chicken cop. Everyone has like bodies of humans but heads of animals.
Oh,
So
geez.
that and you're like interviewing, you're a crime investigator and stuff. Yeah, Chicken Police. It was a game that I definitely was like, I'm gonna play that eventually. So
All right. All right. Just another reminder: Shadow Warrior 3 is available on PlayStation Now for subscribers until July the 4th. So if you have interest in playing it, jump on it as soon as possible. Which of these March 22 games will you guys play first? If you had a PlayStation, Corey, don't go there.
No, I know. I'm just thinking. Okay. Gosh.
Well, I just bought Ghost of Tsushima, the legendary.
Did you find it on sale? Did you?
Yeah,
Did you find it on sale?
I found it on sale. I found a used copy for like $35. I was like,
used copy.
I'll jump on it.
Well, yeah, because you spend the $20, like you still save money.
Yeah. So I found that. I actually found that and Death Stranding for $35 as well. So I went ahead and picked them up both at my local vintage stock. So I'm gonna say out of these, I would definitely play that. I've played Ark. I don't like it. I've played Team Sonic Racing. I enjoy Team Sonic Racing. It's probably the best kart racer that PlayStation has, and I am aware of Crash Team Racing. Crash Team Racing sucks.
I would say that Sonic Transformed is better than Team Sonic Racing, but
oh wait, no, Transform's the one I played. Team Sonic 1 I think is not the good one.
Yeah.
It's like their version of Double Dash, and it didn't work.
Yeah. I mean, it's an interesting concept, and it's fine, and like you don't have to play the way that they kind of want you to, but also it's like, well, you should have either gone all in on this or all in on something else. And you didn't.
play the Transformed one, with Wreck-It Ralph in it and all that. It's actually a good
Banjo-Kazooie is in the Xbox version.
Interesting.
You know what? This is a wonderful topic to like roll us into our big topic for tonight. Our big topic is technically a rumor control disguised as the big topic for tonight.
Rumor control.
Yep. Because it's been a while since we did a proper rumor control. But this news topic. Thanks, Austin, for giving me the heads up on this. This is the one based off the Push Square article talking about things that were going on PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now and stuff like that. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it right now.
Rumor has it, the Adele song.
Rumor has it.
Just put it in there. Just slide it in there. We don't have the rights to it though.
Well, I hear you can sidestep all that if you play like 7 seconds of the soundbite.
Or if
you know what, I'm not
only on
fate.
Spotify, you can actually play the music. I do it all the time.
I'm not tempting fate. All right,
do it.
Rumor control for tonight. Permanent PlayStation Now games are suddenly disappearing from the service. Is this an indicator that Project Spartacus is on the way? Corey has some things to say about this earlier in tonight's show. But before I turn this over to you guys, let me just get this out of the way right now. Over on Reddit, users have discovered that games are beginning to exit the streaming subscription service at a higher rate than normal without any prior notice. Redditors took note in a thread titled "Leaving in 3 days without notice" that Moonlighter, Killing Floor 2, and Superhot, all games which did not have a previously announced expiration date on the service, have suddenly been slated to depart PS Now. They're already gone. They left yesterday, February 28th. The removal of the games on the 28th also coincides with the arrival of the new PS Now games for March the 1st. The move by Sony is completely unexpected, and this shakeup with PS Now's content indicates a seismic shift in the way Sony is handling the service. Overall, this new stance may prove to be a sign that something bigger is going on with Sony's subscription services. Now, for the meaty part of this conversation, PlayStation Plus recently seemed to have undergone some changes with how content was being added for the free lineup with subscribers. This month's PS Plus lineup sees 4 titles instead of the usual 3. Now, like I said a little while ago, this probably is because of the backlash of what happened with Tiny Tina's game coming out last month. Gamers were not amused. Let's put it that way. They were not amused by that, But here's the thing I noticed though, right? Because I mentioned this in the last segment about the PS Plus games. Notice that we still had a DLC game show up in the lineup, but it was now a 4th title and not just a 3rd title that was going to be like the filler for like the month's lineup. Eagle-eyed gamers have been paying close attention to developments following a December report that states Sony was considering the idea of rebranding PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now into a new subscriber service, which would ultimately be a new competitor to Xbox Game Pass. Potentially, Project Spartacus would see games from PlayStation's back catalog of PS1, 2, and 3 becoming available under a tiered subscription service that could be the evolution of PlayStation Plus. A previous edition of our Boss vs. Banner series even asked the question, does Sony's potential gaming subscription service have what it takes to compete with Game Pass? That was done by our good friend Stephanie Klimov. Check it out. Read it. It's worth it. More and more rumors and speculation are coming forth, so we will advise readers to keep checking back to learn of any new developments if and when they come out. Guys, let's talk. What do you what do you think is going on here? Corey, you mentioned earlier that you think Shadow Warrior 3 was supposed to be part of the restructure of PlayStation Plus and PS Now, hashtag Project Spartacus, and I'm starting to believe you because the more and more I read into some of the details about this stuff, the more it seems that there is something going on behind the scenes, and that even though Sony's been mum about the whole thing, like something is going on.
Yeah, I mean, I think Project Spartacus is just like, I feel like Sony is dragging their feet because, like, I don't know if it's like a technical limitation or they're waiting for deals to come through, or maybe they just don't really know what they want to do with it yet, which is fine, right? I mean, they haven't really officially said anything about this except for that one random quote where they said they were working on a Game Pass competitor, but that was like a year ago, right? So like,
Yeah,
they haven't really said anything official or definitive about it. But at the same time, all these great leakers and rumor people and, people, just people in the industry are talking about Spartacus like it's supposed to come tomorrow. And like, I'm of the point where, like, when Xbox launched the Series X, I thought Sony would have had something. And I know that the PlayStation Plus collection was like kind of like a band-aid for that until they could figure this out. Mm-hmm. But I'm just kind of shocked that it's just taking them so long.
Yeah.
And maybe they can't figure out backwards compatibility, right? It's the 3-tiered system that was rumored, right?
Well, I don't understand how they haven't figured out backwards compatibility. Like, a lot of games on PS Now are PS2 games.
I know, but I'm saying, like, I think the big one is PS3 games, right? And like, because the big thing is that PS3 games are still only streaming on that service.
Yeah, true.
And
because I know Jack and Daxter definitely is on PS Now,
mm-hmm.
and that is a streaming title.
I mean, at this point, I feel like almost all of the major games from PlayStation 3 got ports to PlayStation 4, except for Infamous, Resistance, Killzone, like those trilogies. And
it's all criminal that they haven't gotten ports, by the way.
And like the HD collections of like God of War and Jack, and
Oh, we don't care about the HD collection of God of War.
I mean, I do. I love God of War.
See that's where you and I diverge, because like I do like 2018 God of War. I feel I like it more than I like the original God of War trilogy.
See, I don't think it's nearly as impactful or good to me, in my opinion. Uh-huh. That's just my opinion, right? I mean, I'm not saying that like.
Oh no, I know.
I think
you're not picking a fight. I'm not trying to pick a fight either.
I think God of War 2018 is a great game. I think the production value is unbelievable. I think watching Kratos grow as a character and him having a son and Freya, and I think the story is really cool. I think that what they did with it is nothing short of a miracle, honestly, compared to what those old games were, right? But like, I don't think the combat is very good until you get the chains. I don't think the map system is very good. I don't think the fast travel is very good. Like, I have a lot of issues with that game.
Oh yeah, the fast travel could die in a fire.
Yeah. And I mean, I know that a lot of my nostalgia for those original games are rose tinted, right? Like, but God of War 2, man, when you first boot up the game and you have all of the powers and you are fighting a statue in Athens, right? You're just like inside the statue, taking it down piece by piece as you're losing your powers. It's such an awesome opening. But that aside, like, I mean, you look at God of War 3, it got a PS4 port, but Ascension didn't, right? And this goes back to like my kind of issue with, it feels like Sony has one leg over the fence and one leg still standing on the stool on the other side, right? Where they're like, should we do it? Should we not do it? How do we do it? Should we experiment? It's like, I just feel like it's like shit or get off the pot at this point, So many people want those PlayStation 3 games so bad, including me, right? Like, I would love to play Infamous again at some point. I would love to play those God of War games at some point. But like, at the same time, I feel like if they were going to do it, they would have found a solution already. Now, granted, we couldn't even change our names until like 2 years ago. But I mean, I wish they would come out definitively and just say, hey, look, we've tried. We can't get it to run correctly. We can't do it correctly. Everything from PS4 onward is backwards compatible, and that's just how we're going to have to do it. And then they can like re-release these HD collections or whatever, or make PS4 native ports of these games to where they would run on this streaming service and move on. They own Bluepoint, they own Nixxes, they could go to Saber, they could go to one of these other porting houses to help them, right? They obviously have money to spend. They just bought Bungie, right? So use them. Use the companies you just bought to fix your problem.
Yeah.
So I think they don't want to give that up. I think they really want to try to make it backwards compatible through and through, at least to get your PS3, PS1 stuff.
I mean, they don't even have to go as far as Xbox does, so where the games run better and they go through the code and fix things. And
as long as they're playable natively, that's all we ask.
Yeah, I mean, they don't even have to go that far. Like, Xbox does a great job of doing that, but like, let's face it, like, as much as I love Xbox and some of their properties that they own, right? It's like, if PlayStation does what Xbox does even half as well, like, PlayStation's going to win because they have the IP, they have the games, they have the back catalog, they have the fan base. So
and that's why I think they don't want to give it up, because that's how they compete. They have a history deeper than Xbox does, whereas they don't have the deeper pockets that Xbox does to get new games, to get like those day one releases as much as they could. And so I think that's why they're really holding on to the, and I think that's why they got all these support studios, to have some people help them out, especially on the PC side as well. Just fix their issues. Like PS3, PSN has always been broken, just been a broken mess. And so I think the reason why they don't want to come out and say that we can't, or that we just can't do it, is because they really don't want to give that up, because they know. I think certain people probably push under the rug and be like, he say who wants to play these old games. Well, a lot of people do, and I think some people on PlayStation knew that. Like people on PlayStation was like, right? They do. They want to play these old games. They want to play Jack and Dexter. They want to play Sly Cooper. They want to play all these games. Like I promise you, I will be there when if they say PS3, PS2, PS1 games, backwards compatible, I have a list of games I'm already ready to play. Like
Oh man, me too.
Yeah.
All right, so things do need to change, especially for PlayStation Now. Like Sony has been aware for quite some time that PlayStation Now is truly not delivering on expectations of gamers and subscribers alike. The service, more than 7 years old now, has been plagued with problems ranging from latency to stability issues, and a sizable base of Sony's users consider the service a joke. Rebranding can be a game changer here. The idea that the rumored rebranded service, with 3 tiers boasting so many new features and being a total departure from both PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now, has raised eyebrows since last December. If PlayStation can't submit Project Spartacus in a way that either mirrors or rivals Xbox Game Pass, Sony would make strides in keeping the playing field level for gamers and their investors alike. Um, uh, Final key point here. I'm sorry, those are key points that I all mentioned a second ago. Final key point here. Spartacus is rumored to be comprised of 3 tiers. Now the lid got blown off of this by VentureBeat's Jeff Grubb last week, who claimed to have obtained new information on Sony's yet to be announced subscription service. Essentially, you've got an essential, an extra, and a premium package. Pricing could be a placeholder, but it seems like there's going to be a $10, a $13, and a $16 a month, premium for all of these. I'm not going to bog everything down with the details here, but the $16 one is probably the one that the most romantic of gamers want to get into. That's the one that has like the cloud play, as well as the. I lost my train of thought here.
I mean, it's basically Game Pass Ultimate, right?
Yeah. There we go. I lost my train of thought there. I'm sorry. The extra.
I don't want to interrupt you, but like that $10 service, is that basically just PlayStation Plus, and they're making it
PS Plus?
They're making it $10 a month instead of $5. They're
Well,
raising the price.
No, it's always $10 a single month.
It's always $10 a month, but if you buy the year,
right,
it's $60 for the year.
Yeah, but they're still going to raise it.
No.
It's always been $10 a month.
If you buy like a PS Plus card for 1 month, it's $9.99.
Yeah,
right now.
And a 3 month is $19.99, and a 1 year is $60.
Man, I did not know that. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's the same for Xbox Gold. Like it was $9.99 for a month, and then you get the 3 month for.
I just pay for the year. I never even look for the other cards because
well, I think most people do, but
yeah, it's just like
it is weird reading it. Like who would pay for just a month?
Right?
Who would do that?
Yeah. Let me see. The extra tier, you get a downloadable game catalog, which is basically anything on PS Now that was downloadable. So it seems like there will be anywhere from 250 to 300 games that you'll always have to look at. And you don't get cloud streaming with that, of course, but 300 games you can download. That might shut a few people up, honestly.
Yeah.
And then essential is PlayStation Plus, like with the monthly games, just like you have today. Now, here's my take on it. While I am excited about the idea of having access to the older generations of PlayStation games ready for play on my PS5, I have to take all this with a wait and see attitude, because Sony has been extremely quiet on this whole situation since Jason Schreier blew it up, a couple months ago, and as it stands right now, I can't get but too excited about the rumors until Sony does make some sort of a statement and actually confirms what Schreier and Jeff Grubb both have been saying. That's my thoughts on it. You guys have any final word on it?
I mean, I just hope they don't mess it up, because like
they can't mess it up.
This is
I almost want to say this is too big to fail, but at the same time, we know anything that's too big to fail, like crash and burn.
That's what they said about the PlayStation 3, and then it launched at $600, right? And like I know it eventually came back and outsold the Xbox, but at that point, like Xbox owned the mind share at that point. So I mean, I think this would really, PlayStation has come too far, and they've done so many great things at this point. I mean, they've done some dumb things, but they've done a lot of great things to gain the lead in the mind share. And I just, man, I just hope they don't mess it up, because this is a this is a good opportunity for them to kind of like solidify themselves as the and it's going to put them in the driver's seat, you know?
Yeah.
Not that they aren't already now, but like the big thing right now is like smart delivery, right? Where the Cyberpunk stuff that came out about the PlayStation version, it was like, you got to download the PlayStation 4 version, and then you do all these things, and then like you go to Xbox and it's just like it's already just updated for you, you know?
You know,
And
I keep thinking about stuff like that, and I think ultimately what it all boils down to, and I know this is about to get off topic. Is that Sony was doing had so much focus on making sure the PS4, outlifted the stigma that the PS3 had with developers and stuff, that they had to keep the momentum going with PS5, and didn't even think about like some of the alternative features that could be put in, for a lack of better words, the back door for the system. They didn't think about that. I think they just wanted to keep the momentum going and not want to piss off the third party developers particularly, and that's how we got to where we're at.
I mean, that's fine. Like I think they're doing fine at that. I just don't want them to screw this up, you know? And I don't.
Oh, same here.
Like personally, in my personal opinion, I don't think PlayStation needs a Game Pass competitor. I think they're doing it because I think they think people want them to do it. I think Microsoft did this out of desperation. Right. The Game Pass, Microsoft is a services company. They are not like an individual product company, right? You look at Office, you look at Teams, you look at all these products that Microsoft offers, right? Game Pass is just another subscription service to them. That is who Microsoft is. Second, when they announced Game Pass, and they announced like six months after Game Pass launched, they announced that all their first party games were coming day and date. You know what 3 games they had announced at that point? Sea of Thieves, which was not great at launch, Crackdown, which was not great, and State of Decay 2, which was broken at launch. The first game that really truly meant anything to Game Pass day and date was Gears 5. And then the next game after that was Gears Tactics and Flight Simulator, right? It wasn't until Forza and Halo Infinite came out last year that the true potential of day and date first party games, along with like, their deal with Outriders and MLB The Show and, a couple other day and date games, right? But like, it wasn't until that where their promise of Game Pass Ultimate was met, and so I feel like they really just tried to do this to stay afloat out of desperation. Not that Game Pass isn't a great service. I think Game Pass is awesome. It's the best thing to ever happen to Xbox. But to my point, Game Pass is the best thing that ever happened to Xbox since like Halo 2 and 3. So, in Gears, right? So, I mean, I just don't think Sony needs this, and I feel like if they mess it up, it's just a hurdle that they didn't need to climb. At this point, they should be focusing. They should be focusing on their VR efforts. Now, if they want to do something small like this for VR to get people in the door, that's cool. That would be a cool idea. Mm-hmm. If they want to make a handheld, right, with like a library of PlayStation 4 games readily available, like a second Vita or whatever, like that would be cool. I'd be down for that. If the PlayStation Plus collection was just instantly available on their new handheld console, that would be awesome. I'd be all in on that. But I just, this is just a hurdle I don't think they need to cross.
All right, Austin. Before we close out the show, anything you want to say about this?
Sorry, I know that was a ramble, but
no. I've nothing that I haven't repeated multiple times on the show is if they just say, hey, all those platforms and they're downloadable, I'm going to be there. I will subscribe. Like that's all I need to hear.
Amen. I don't mind coughing up. Like I think okay, so because Corey, like you had us break down those the different tier prices. Mm-hmm. Like if the price of PS Now goes up to $16 a month, which means, I don't know, at a best guess it might increase to $85-$90 a year. $85 is lowballing it. I think it'll be $90, or it might just be an even 100. Who knows? I think I believe I wouldn't have any problems playing it. Yeah, paying for it. My question is because I pay a couple of years ahead for my PlayStation Plus, so I don't have to have the headache of like having to renew it.
Mhm.
And all of a sudden, I wake up and my PlayStation Plus library has disappeared. My question is, how will they convert us existing customers to a tier, or are they just going to keep us like in that bottom tier, and then we have to kind of like pay extra?
I mean, I can tell you what Xbox did if you want.
What they do?
I mean, unless Austin, you want to go first? I saw you were about to say something. I'm sorry.
No, I think this Shadow Warrior saying, "Hey, $50 for a year is your ticket now to buy in and be set for whatever price it's going to be, and then until that year's up, and then you'll go to whatever price that you want to go at." But I think getting PS now would get you for whatever long it is at the highest point, because they want people to like the system. They don't want to just screw all those people that actually contributed to PS now. I would hope they would, but
Yeah.
that's my best guess.
Yeah.
By the way, I should mention this because I failed to mention it in the last segment about the PS Plus and PS Now titles. Uh, Boss Rush is now an Amazon affiliate. So if you go back and if you go back to the PlayStation Plus March announcement on BossRush.net, you can go and get a digital code right now for 12 months for PlayStation Plus. It's not on sale at the moment, but yeah, you can go ahead and get that now.
I gotta talk to Dan about all this because I need to figure out how to add that to our podcast shows too. Because
yeah,
I think that'd be really cool. Side tangent, but like all the games we talked about tonight, like we could have like in the
we could have been promoting them.
in the article for the podcast when it goes up on the website, they could have links to the games that we talked about tonight.
Yeah, for real. Yep. So yeah, my bad. I should have thought about that when I was talking about it. But yeah, everything that we talked about tonight, like we are now an Amazon affiliate. So like yeah, you can definitely we can provide you links to like make your purchases. All right, guys, you ready to call it a night?
No.
All right, Corey. You know how we do. We can hang out.
No, I know Austin has to go to bed, and I
mean, y'all can keep going. I'm gonna go to bed.
Okay, everyone. Well, that's our show for tonight. As always, I'd like to give a big thanks to you for tuning into Crossroads, as well as a big thanks to you tonight, Corey, for hanging out with us, man. We love when you come to the show. I tell you this all the time in private. That's all you need. That's all you guys out there need to know. I talk to them in private about things.
I'm already not wearing pants, LeRon. Come on.
Neither am I. Am I wearing underwear is the question.
Oh.
Anyway. Like I was saying, man, every time you come to the show, like the conversation is just amazing. Like, man, like you actually bring the conversation to all of our talk topics. And I'd swear you were looking over my shoulder at my notes or something whenever I would draft this stuff up. But you know what? You're always a wonderful guest to have here, and I'm not just saying that to inflate your ego,
I mean,
or get myself special favors.
Special favors. I mean, look, I like being here. I like talking to you guys, and I think there's a lot of interesting things to talk about, and I kind of, I will be here if you need a fill-in, and I like talking to you guys, and I wish Austin and I got the podcast more, and I mean, we're already planning our terrible 90s movie run of standard def, so I mean, that's gonna be fun.
Dude. Oh yeah, I can't wait,
man. Those Mighty Ducks episodes we did for Q List was just awesome. So I'm excited to do like heavyweights and some of these other 90s movies that
Mighty Ducks season 2.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Mighty Ducks season 2.
That's happening
without Emilio Estevez.
Yeah.
That's so terrible.
All right. Well, Corey.
Yeah.
Go ahead and tell everybody where they can find you.
Okay. You can find me at I am Corey HG on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me hosting the Boss Rush podcast. You can find me hosting parts of Standard Definition. You can find me hosting, co-hosting Nintendo Power Block and various other things here on the Boss Rush Network.
All right. Austin.
Find me at PlayStation on Twitter and multiple other places all across Boss Rush. I don't know where I'll be. Who knows?
And of course, you can always find me on social media at Exodus803. That's also my Twitch and YouTube channels. I am part of the Boss Rush podcast crew on Wednesday nights at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on twitch.tv/Boss Rush Network. I got that right? Didn't I? Yeah. I got that right. Okay, cool. and then for you people who are patrons to the Boss Rush Network, I am the host of Boss Rush After Dark, where we talk about things that aren't content appropriate for our anchor shows like Crossroads and the Boss Rush podcast.
Join the fun, guys. Take your pants off. It's a good time.
Yeah.
Quick reminder: we have merch. Links have been provided in the Twitch stream chat, so check it out, or just go to our go to our website. Or head over to Redbubble and search for Boss Rush. Yeah, do that. Before we head out, as always, we've got some links for you that you might be interested in. First off, Shane Kelly wants to know: has a game or character influenced you in your real life style? Give it a read. It's pretty interesting. It's the February 25th edition of the Boss Rush banner. For all you Pokemon fans out there, Lamont Reed delivers a full recap of Pokemon Presents 2022. And guys, I had such a big laugh out of y'all nerds.
I'm actually really excited for Scarlet and Violet. Like I haven't been this excited for like a Pokemon game in forever.
What's the starter Pokemon you're picking?
Oh, the Donald Duck looking bastard.
Okay, there we go.
For sure.
Boo.
I want
Dinosaur Apple Boy.
I mean, I always pick the fire Pokemon, but like this dude this duck looks like he's ripped straight out of like DuckTales or something.
He's like the new DuckTales too. He's got that art style.
He's like the cousin that comes and visits, and nobody wants to play with him. Like that's who he is. and also over on the BossRush.net right now, we'd like to know, what are your thoughts about the indie title Firewatch? The reason why we ask is because Mark Carrera gives a retro review of the 2018 award-winning game from Campo Santo. All that and more can be found over at BossRush.net. So head there and check out more editorials and shows from our ever-growing family of creators and contributors. Don't forget, we're looking for people to join the Boss Rush Discord. So yeah, that's the thing. Think about that. And as always, you can chat with us and keep the conversation going over on Twitter by hitting us up at PS_Crossroads. Additional more news, events, and topics while we're getting ready for the next installment of Crossroads. This has been episode 72 of Crossroads. Come back. Join us next week for another new episode of Crossroads. And remember, always go out there, play games, be better, and we will see you later. Have a good night, everyone. Goodbye.
Later, everyone.